on this is, if your cake's going to be refrigerated, then you should really put this paper on fondant, because if it's in there overnight, what happens is this will get really soft and just kind of sink down. So if it's on the fondant, then you don't have to worry about the paper tearing or anything. The fondant will support it. If you're going to put the money on right when you get to the site, you know, right when you're setting it up, and you know it's not going to be refrigerated anymore, then you can just put it on like this. Okay, so I'll just cut those out, and then we'll be attaching those a little bit later. Then we're also going to went to the store and just got some of these gold coins, a couple different sizes, so we're going to put those on. And again, going back to the playing cards, I just cut out the fondant like this, let it dry. So I set it this way for a while, then I turned it over so the back could get dry. And then I just take it, and actually if I want to do one card that has the back and the front to it, I could, they're different sizes so it won't work on this particular case. See how it's slightly off. But you could do that. You could have the back and the front. So I'm just going to keep them all one way. So I'll just put some piping gel right on here. Now another way to do this rather than the fondant is actually doing it on a white chocolate. What you do is just melt down the white coating chocolate, the little discs, just melt it, put it in a sheet tray, and then right before it sets up, put these cards right on top. Not the cards with the fondant, just the paper on top. And then just again, before it just completely sets up, you can take the utility knife and cut out the chocolate. But the thing is, you know, depending where you live and how hot it is when you're doing the cake, obviously the chocolate melts. But again, the chocolate also tastes better, and people would want to, you know, eat the cards that have the chocolate on them rather than these fondant ones. So that's, and the nice thing about the chocolate is it sets up real fast, so you don't have to wait for anything, you know, to dry. Like these, you should do it at least a day ahead, preferably more than that, so they get nice and firm. But with the chocolate, if you're in a hurry or you're just doing a smaller cake, you know that you want something fast, the chocolate works really well, and that's what I usually use. I just wanted this to last a little bit longer. So, okay, so those are those items. Like I said, here's some other cards that I just haven't cut out yet. Another thing is, notice here this one didn't print very well. Well, I didn't want to waste it, so you know what I can do is I can just, when I go to put it on the cake, I'll just take maybe the back of this and just, you know, some of them will be overlapping anyway. So don't think to waste this, you know. Again, this whole cake is kind of, it's not how you mess up, it's how you cover up. And so this is a perfect example of that. You just have to go with the flow. Like I've said at the beginning, this type of cake, you just kind of have to go with the flow on things. And, you know, if the cake shifts or something, you have to adjust. You know, it's not an easy cake for the, you know, I mean, it's a difficult cake to do, and like I said, just go with the flow. Okay, so these are some of the things that we're doing. Let's go ahead and get the cake back out and get back to decorating that. Okay, so I'm working on the roulette wheel now that I have this back out, and I have just a rectangle cutter here that I'm going to use, and they're going to be black and red rectangles that are tapered in slightly. So I just take the pizza cutter, just kind of cut them in slightly, just like that. Flip it on over, place a little bit of water on the back, and then place it right in this area. Okay, and I need to go all the way around, so I'll leave us a gap, and then we're going to pipe some numbers in there. Okay, so I'm just going to continue all the way around.